3 in the morning, the world is asleep, but something is happening, something that will change everything. Jesus is coming back silently, and as you hear these words, billions of people around the world have no idea what is about to happen. The signs, they are everywhere, but almost no one sees them. Today, I'm going to show you the truth that's hidden right in front of you. A reality so powerful that it can awaken your soul to what really matters. Because what you're about to discover isn't just about distant prophecies. It's about now. It's about you. It's about the most important moment in human history. Stay with me until the end. What I'm going to reveal in the last few minutes could change your life forever. Can you feel it? This strange silence that hangs over the world. It's as if creation itself is holding its breath. People go about their daily routines, work, studies, play. But there's something in the air. Something that whispers that everything is about to change forever. While you sleep, while you work, while you go about your normal life, in the invisible backstage of reality, the greatest transformation in history is being prepared. Jesus is coming, and he is coming as he promised, unannounced like a thief in the night. But here's the question that should keep you up at night. If Jesus came back today, would you be ready? Because the silent rapture will not be announced on TV. There will be no countdown. There will be no second chance. The world is spiritually asleep, lost in millions of distractions, social media, entertainment, everyday problems. Meanwhile, God's prophetic clock keeps ticking. Tick, tock, tick, tock. What if I told you that the clearest signs of Christ's return are happening right now, and almost everyone is blind to see them? Sarah checked her phone for the 10th time in 5 minutes. Instagram, TikTok, WhatsApp, the usual routine. It was Sunday morning, but she preferred to stay in bed scrolling through the endless feed. Church can wait, she thought. Across town, thousands did the same. The pastor preached to half-empty pews while people consumed digital entertainment. Spiritual life? It had become optional, something for when I have time. But while the world chose to sleep spiritually, something extraordinary was happening in the heavens. The angels watched. God waited. Divine mercy still held back time, but for how much longer? Spiritual neglect is no accident. It is a choice millions make every day without realizing the eternal consequences. Meanwhile, spiritual vigilance becomes increasingly rare. Sarah didn't know it, but on that Sunday she missed something important was being preached. Something about the signs of the times, something she needed to hear. The time is near. But who still has ears to hear this truth? Wars, earthquakes, famines. It's always happened, say the skeptics, but they don't realize the intensity, the frequency, the global simultaneity of these events. In Matthew 24, Jesus warned us about exactly this. These wouldn't be isolated events, but rather like labor pains, growing more intense, coming closer and closer together. And any woman knows, when the contractions speed up, birth is near. Look around you. Fake news is spreading like a virus. Families are being destroyed. Love is growing cold between people. Churches are being divided. Evil is being called good, and good is being called evil. The signs of Christ's return are not just natural catastrophes. They are spiritual, they are moral, they are behavioral, and they are happening right under our noses. But here's the scary thing. End-of-the-year prophecies aren't just predictions. They're invitations. Invitations to wake up before it's too late. The question is not if Jesus is coming back. The question is, when he comes back, will you be among those who watched or among those who slept? Before I continue, let me make a quick request of you. If this message is awakening something in you, write in the comments a word that describes what you are feeling right now. It could be fear, hope, urgency, peace, whatever comes from your heart. This will help me understand how God is speaking to you through these words. Now come back with me for something urgent. The generation of the end. That is what the Bible calls our time. not poetically but literally. We are the generation that will see the final fulfillment of prophecy. The time of grace is running out, like sand slipping through your fingers. Each day that passes is one less day of opportunity. Each dawn could be the last before the last trumpet sounds. Watch and pray, Jesus said. But how many of us really watch? How many really pray with the urgency that this moment demands? Humanity lives as if it had all the time in the world. Plans for 10 years from now, retirement, children's college. But what if there is nothing in 10 years? What if there is nothing in 10 months? I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to wake you up. Because the biggest danger is not Jesus' return. It's not being prepared when it happens. Imagine the scene. In a split second, millions of people simply disappear. Cars without drivers, airplanes without pilots, children disappearing from their cribs. The silent rapture will not be like the Hollywood movies. There will be no special effects. There will be no advance warning. Jesus will return like a thief, just as he promised. But here's the part that creeps me out the most. Many who consider themselves Christians will not be in that rapture. Many who go to church, who know the Bible by heart, who even preach. The second coming of Jesus is not about religious knowledge. It is about real relationship. It is about a transformed life. It is about being truly prepared, not just apparently prepared. How many people will wake up that day and realize they missed the most important opportunity of their lives? How many will cry out, "Lord, Lord," and hear, "I never knew you"? Being prepared for the return of Jesus is not a theological question. It is a personal, intimate, urgent question. The biblical apocalypse is not just about the end of the world. It is about the end of a world within you, the end of indifference, the end of spiritual lukewarmness, the end of the illusion that you have control over your life. Before the heavens open, before the trumpets sound, before the final judgment, the apocalypse has already begun in hearts. Hearts cold to God, faith diluted by the distractions of the world, a silent and gradual withdrawal from the divine presence. The end of times is not something that will happen out there. It is already happening here inside, in your soul, in your spirit, in your relationship with the eternal. Do you feel this? This coldness that sometimes takes over, this feeling that God is distant, this difficulty in praying, in reading the Bible, in feeling His presence. This is not depression. This is not a phase. This is the world sleeping spiritually, and maybe you are sleeping along with it. The personal apocalypse precedes the global apocalypse, and the good news is there is still time to wake up, but all is not lost. Even in the deepest darkness, there are lights on. Even in the deepest spiritual sleep, there are those who are awakening. God is calling for the watchers, those who still recognize His voice amidst the noise of the world, those who choose to pray when everyone else chooses to complain, those who seek His face when everyone else seeks only His hand. Spiritual awakening does not happen by chance. It happens by choice. The choice to stop, the choice to listen, the choice to obey. Maybe you are one of those God is calling right now. Maybe He used this video to touch your heart, to shake your soul, to show you that there is still time. The end generation is not only the generation that will see destruction, it is also the generation that will see the greatest revival in history, the last great awakening before Jesus returns. Watch and pray, not because it is a religious commandment, but because it is a matter of spiritual survival. One day, and it could be today, the sound that marks the end will be heard. The last trumpet will sound in every corner of the earth, and there will be no more time for regret. There will be no more time for later I'll accept Jesus. There will be no more time for when I'm ready. There will be no more time for one day I'll convert. The end of the world, according to the Bible, is not science fiction. It is prophetic reality. It is a divine promise. It is absolute certainty. And on that day, every soul will face what it chose in life. Every heart will reveal what it truly loved. Every mind will remember the opportunities it had and what it did with them. Delayed repentance will be the eternal despair of those who mocked the truth, of those who treated salvation as a joke, of those who thought they would have it forever. Jesus is coming back, not as the gentle lamb who died on the cross, but as the lion who comes to take his bride and judge the world. Just as Jesus comes without warning, the judgment will also be unexpected. No one will mark it on the calendar. No one will count down on social media. It will be sudden. It will be irreversible. Jesus comes without warning because he has already warned us. For 2,000 years, through prophets, apostles, pastors, missionaries, through his word, through his death on the cross, the warning has been given, the opportunity has been offered. The door of salvation is still open, but not forever. Are you ready for Jesus' return? I'm not talking about knowing doctrines or attending church. I'm talking about having a transformed life. I'm talking about loving God with all your heart. I'm talking about being at peace with the Eternal One. Because on that day when the heavens open and Jesus appears in the clouds, it won't matter how many likes you got. It won't matter how much money you made. It won't matter how many earthly achievements you achieved. The only thing that will matter is, do you know him? And more importantly, does he know you? Here's the revelation I promised at the beginning. Despite everything you've heard, despite all the urgency, despite all the signs, the door is still open. Grace is still available. Forgiveness is still possible. Spiritual awakening can still happen now. This is the time, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you get your life together. Now. Jesus is coming back, it's true. The time is near, it's a fact. But while your heart still beats, while your lungs still breathe, while your soul can still choose, there is hope. Watch and pray. Not just as a religious practice, but as a lifestyle. Live each day as if it were your last before Jesus returns. Because it just might be. Love like there's no tomorrow. Forgive like your life depends on it. Pray like it's your last chance. Serve like Jesus is coming back today, because he is. Jesus is coming quietly, and when he comes, may he find you watching, not sleeping. If this message touched your heart, if something inside you was awakened, don't let this moment pass you by. In the comments, tell me, what did God speak to you today? What decision will you make from now on? Subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and share this video with those you love. Because if Jesus is coming back, and he is, everyone needs to know. Spiritual neglect can cost you eternity. But spiritual awakening can change everything. The choice is yours. The time is now. And remember, no matter where you are, no matter what you've done, no matter how long you've been away from God, he's still calling. He still loves you. He still wants to save you. Jesus is the solution. Jesus is the way. Jesus is the only hope in the midst of the chaos of this world that is ending. May this message echo in your heart until the day we hear the last trumpet sound. For on that day, may it be a sound of victory, not despair.